welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me, Debz Cooper. Here we go, try the one again. Welcome, thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist here. We are talking about your intuition is always on point. I'm just going to turn this condition off. We love how it doesn't start working with things. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Let me know if you're here live or if you are here as a replay, and where you are in the world would be super inspiring to know. So I'm sure I say this every time. This is an interesting one. And when I was talking to a colleague yesterday, we started talking about intuition, and it really opened up a massive dialogue about only woo-woo people have intuition. And I was like, no. So it allowed me to bring everything forward and talk here with you about it. So let me first tell you about the dictionary way of describing your intuition. So the dictionary said the ability to understand something instinctively without the need for conscious reasoning. Okay, that's an interesting one. Or I quite like, I understand that, but this one is my favorite. A thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feeling rather than conscious reasoning. So when we talk about intuition, there's little things that can come into our mind. So intuition is also known as a hunch. You know, oh, I've got a hunch. I grew up with it being a hunch, not knowing the word intuition. It's a feeling. It's a sixth sense. Or it's an instinct. And you will know how you word intuition, what it is. Some other people also say it's a clairvoyancy. It's a level of clairvoyancy. So I grew up with the word hunch. Oh, you've got a hunch. I've got a hunch that this is going to work, or a hunch that this isn't. That's your intuition. So let me know what word you had. What was your word growing up? Was it intuition? Or as you're still growing up, what did you used to use? So there's two levels of that knowing. And there's the legal truth. And when I say the legal truth, I really talk about the legal truth being not necessarily the truth, but the court truth. So the real black and white evidence. And that's the legal truth. And I'm really saying court over legal, but more the court truth, as here's your black and white evidence. Now, we also know that black and white evidence can be shifted. There's ways that sometimes things can shift and people are so certain on one thing. But there's also the intuition or the hunch or the feeling or instinct or whatever you would like to call it. And there's that. And you know deep down that some things don't add up. Some things just don't add up. But deep down, you know they are the truth. And when I say deep down, it's not just oh, this doesn't add up. It's, oh, this doesn't add up. And I'm talking about that. That's the deep down, oh, this doesn't add up. This doesn't add up. And this is where your conscious mind and your non-conscious mind sit in alignment. So just bear with me with the purple here. You're probably hearing a bit of purple. Just bear with me here. So your intuition is really important. There's signs that you are sitting in your intuition. And those signs are, we have physical symptoms. Physical symptoms come up. So maybe you get a headache that alerts you to something. Maybe you see someone and you get goosies, or you hear something and you get goosies, or you get tummy butterflies. You know, I'm sure we've all heard of the tummy butterflies. I grew up with tummy butterflies. You hear that, feel that tummy butterflies. Some people also have a vision. They see things ahead of time or in the moment. There's that, definitely. Some people have a sound. And with a sound, they hear things come into their head like, oh, don't do that, or maybe you should go do something else, or something, and a voice comes into their head and they hear that. So that's all still part of your intuition. There's also a knowing. and this is my favorite. I have the knowing, and the knowing is a knowing, and you just know. That's it. You just know. So, like I said, that's my favorite. My favorite is the knowing. So when you have the knowing, for me, it just comes in and I don't question it. Like it comes in and says, don't do that. And I go, okay. And I really listen to that. If I do question it, if I go, why? Or what's this about? Or what's the bigger picture? Or blah, 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 blah. If I do question it, my mind can take control of the situation. And it can take me on tangents. And when it goes on tangents, it can go to some really interesting places. So those interesting places it can take me on is it can take me through to past experiences. And when I say past experiences, it's something that I've heard in my Stressology business that can make me go, whoa, I remember that. That's not my story, but someone shared that story with me and it's attached to me. So that's when I've heard it, or I've watched something and I've seen it play out, or something that I've experienced myself. So that's when I talk about past experiences, that's what I'm meaning, which I suspect will be your own as well. So like I said, those signs are those tummy butterflies that, or I can see things. And I remember one time in England, I was in England and I was getting into a car with a boy and I saw all these blue and red lights in front of me and I was like, wow, this is really odd. Where are these coming from? And I said to the guy I was with, I said, can you see those lights? Where are they coming from? And he said, I don't see any lights. And I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. Okay, righto, that's really odd. Got in the car. Well, not long after that, we got pulled up from the police. And I don't know if you know, but in England, if you don't have insurance for that car, they can arrest you. So there was a lot of that going on. So that's what happened to us. We got pulled over, and he got done for quite a few things. So be aware of that stuff. Just be aware of that stuff because it can happen to you. And when I talk about the vision, my knowing is my certainty. So you may miss the intuitive signs. And if you miss the intuitive signs, that's totally okay to miss them. Totally okay. Because sometimes they come in, they're so quick, you're not present, you don't see. That's okay. That's the way it is right here, right now. So when you miss those intuitive signs, be okay with it. Be okay with it. There's different lessons that I call, and there's the Nemo fish, and I'm sure if you've heard me talk before, you've heard me talk about the Nemo fish. And so the Nemo fish comes in and gives you a little lesson, and it gives you a little bite, and you see it and you go, oh, okay. Or you miss the Nemo. Something comes in. And then next comes the tuna. The tuna, which is a bigger fish, and it comes in and it slaps you, and you're like, whoa, got that one, I got that one. Then the next lesson that comes along, and I'm sure there's things that have been going on in your world right now that you can just think about, and you can go, oh, I know that lesson. So next comes, after the tuna, comes the shark, and the shark bites you. And you know that one, it bites you, and you feel the pain of that one. But you still don't get the lesson. You're still like, oh yeah, but I've got this, and this to do. And you carry on. Urgh. Not cool. So if you don't listen to the shark, you know what comes next? The whale. And the whale is the one that comes in and immobilizes you and just with one blow, one sweep, takes you right out. And I remember the whale getting me 15, 16, 17 years ago that whacked me so hard that it put me in a wheelchair for 9.5 weeks. So the key is not to get the whale that takes out your home, that takes out your world, that immobilizes you. The key is not to get the shark that has a very fierce bite. The key is not to get the tuna. The key is to get the Nemo, recognize the Nemo, and learn from that and change or adapt your ways. So in saying that, people give off vibes. People give off vibes, and you know if someone's having a bad day. And even though the world right now is going on that we're wearing these masks out there and you can't see somebody smile, you can still see from here up. You can still see what's going on energetically. You can feel that around people. They look or act really, grrr, you know the ones. If we change our attitude to work with them or not, it's entirely up to us. But if you see someone who's grr and you go in with grr, you're going to be like this. But if you see someone who's grr and you're going to go in with heartfelt energy, very different energy, it's going to be very different outcome for you both. So you can tell someone's energy bubble or their vibes. And that's part of your intuition. Your intuition is reading that and guiding that. So your intuition is used for everything. If you're alert to it, it's everything. It's for our lives. It's for making decisions. It's for turning left or right or anything. It's to know how other people feel. Like I said, we can change your attitude or not. It's entirely up to you. We can change it towards them or not towards them. So that's entirely up to you. How we can use our intuition, how other people are going to think, and we can work out our decisions or their decisions or give them more information on that. So your intuition or your hunches are there for you all the time to use if you choose to use them. And that's entirely up to you. You have to choose to use them if you desire to. So I will give you my word. Your intuition guides you to the truth. And when I say it guides you to the truth, it is there and will tell you the heart truth, the soul truth, the deep down truth over the mind truth. Because your mind truth does little flips backwards and forwards for you. So your mind truth will control you, run you. We give so much power to our mind. But your intuition will always, 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 always tell you the truth. And I'm talking about your truth, not what other people's truth is. And it's always around. So you're probably going, gosh, Deb, you've talked for over 10 minutes or so. How do you get your intuition? Because I've missed it. I don't know how to do it. So let me tell you how to recognize your intuition, or actually how to pick it up. So to tap into your intuition, there's 4 things that I say. And one is to shut your mind down. You must shut this brain chaos, this brain chatter, this, whatever this is, you must shut that down. Now, even saying that makes people go, oh, I can't shut my mind down, can't do any of that. So there's meditation. There's finding a piece of music that you can listen to. There's, and I talk about grounding yourself when I say shut your mind down. So ground yourself. And that might be standing in the grass. That might be standing on the tar seal. It might be lying in a place in your home. It might be sitting in the car. Whatever it is for you, that's what you must do. So you must shut your mind down and find that quiet, restful space. Once you've shut your mind down, and look, I'm not one to meditate. I do one little session a week, and that's enough for me. But I do often have my quiet space time, which is my space. And that is another version for me to meditate. So find what way allows you to settle and control that mind. You message me if you don't know how to do it. Once you do that and you've grounded yourself, put your hand on your heart. If you desire, I find hand on heart, hand on heart, just helps ground you. It's another way of grounding you and recognizing that you live here. You live in the most important place in this world, and that is in your own heart, not anyone else's. So put your hand on your heart and start breathing and focusing on your breathing. So focus on breathing in, holding it for a moment and breathing out. This alone just grounds you and settles everything down. So just do that, just hand on heart. Breathe in, pause for a moment, and breathe out. And if you can just start doing that, you will feel everything start to relax. Oh, I forgot to say, Take your phone off vibrate, put it on silent, put it away from you when you're finding this space. Once you've got yourself and you can feel that beautiful space that you're sitting in, you know the one when you're, oh yes, I can feel it, that divineness that feels just right with you. Ask yourself the question that you're trying to find an answer to. And it must come from the heart. It won't come if you're desperate. It will not, that answer will definitely not come if you're desperate. So ask yourself that question is, you might even go, will I go out? Will I go out this evening? Will I sleep blissfully tonight? What is your intuition saying about those things? Your very first thought that pops in, is the answer. And if you go, oh, that's too easy, there must be another answer, it's your very first thought. Because then your mind starts to play round and round and round. So that very first thought that comes in, and often we go, that's too easy, that's too easy, that's too easy. It is that very first one. I'll reiterate, you will not get an answer if you are desperate. You will not get an answer, so you have to go back to this. If you need to change and move to your chaise, or if you have to go sit on the toilet, or if you go shower or lie in the bed or sit somewhere in your car, whatever it is, you're not going to get it unless you change your energy. So maybe you do go to another seat, whatever works for you. If you feel you're getting desperate, don't get frazzled if you can't tap in. Just truly don't get frazzled. Something big is happening, so just be present. Change that energy, change that mood. If you are really listening to your intuition, strap on that certainty. Believe in yourself and back yourself, because you honestly have the answers all within you. And when I say these answers are there all the time when you're ready, when you are ready, not when someone else is ready or when your diary allows you. So that's me today. Your intuition is always on point. How did that go? Let me know what you thought about that. If you got any questions, drop me a comment here. Send me a private message, whatever works for you. I am here for you. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next week. Other than that, listen to the intuition, because honestly, it's going to save you many, many, many accidents that could potentially happen to you. Sending you love. Thank you very much for joining. I will see you next week. Thanks, people. Bye.